Good evening, everyone. Today is still Saturday, November 25th, 2023. And I just finished. First, hit the like button. Y'all know the routine. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to make this real quick because I feel like taking a nap. I'm kind of exhausted from watching this Iron Bowl, which is Alabama and Auburn. Anybody familiar with football, especially from the South, y'all know what I'm talking about. And y'all all know how deep this rivalry can get, right? But I took a life lesson from this game. You know, Alabama and Auburn, they played today, which I said the date right. Today is not September, November 25th, 2023. It's Saturday. This is Auburn. This is the Iron Bowl 2023 edition. And I was watching this game and how it played out. Anybody that watched it, you know how it went down to the wire, right? And Auburn pretty much had the game in hand all the way until the end. And I was sitting on pins of the needle because I'm an Alabama fan. I'm like, I know they ain't gonna come in here. Auburn just last week lost to a team that is like one of the sorriest teams in the country. Came into their home stadium and beat them. Auburn lost to a sorry team. Auburn was 6-5. Alabama's 10-1, with a chance, playing for a chance to get into the playoffs, right? On paper, throughout the season, however you want to look at it, Alabama is top to bottom better than Auburn. Auburn has a first-year head coach. Alabama has the greatest coach of all time, Nick Saban. The greatest coach ever in college football, Nick Saban. That's who Alabama got. Alabama got a roster full of number one players, 5-star players, 4-star players, NFL players. Alabama roster stay loaded year after year. Alabama's in the championship hunt every year. Auburn is not. I want to paint this picture for y'all because I'm going somewhere with this. How this game held a valuable life lesson outside of sports, outside of football, outside of the Iron Bowl. I saw something in this game that a lot of people might have not saw. And I'm going to break it down to y'all. That might help you later on in your life. Because it's sure going to help me. So, as I said, Auburn, realistically, ain't got no business being even nowhere near close to beating Alabama. And they almost won all the way to the last play. Alabama won on the last play against a far inferior team. Auburn ain't nowhere near as good as Alabama. The roster, the quarterback, nothing. Auburn don't beat Alabama nowhere. But they almost won this game. I thought we lost. I thought Auburn won. That's how good Auburn played in this game. They didn't play this good last week. They didn't play this good all year. Because if they had, they would be undefeated. They have sucked all year. Anybody that follows college football know what I'm talking about, how bad Auburn has been. I can't say that enough because I'm going somewhere with you. I'm trying to paint a picture. Auburn is one of the worst teams in the SEC. They are 6-5. Now they're 6-6. They lost just as many games as they won, right? Alabama has only lost one game, the second game of the season, against one of the best teams in the country. That's the only loss Alabama has, right? So it was expected that Alabama was going to come in this game and run all over Auburn. And realistically, they were supposed to. If you look at everything that Alabama got going for them compared to what Auburn got going, Alabama was supposed to beat Auburn by 50. But they didn't. They almost lost if it weren't for a last second Hail Mary type throw. If that boy would have dropped that ball on that play, Auburn would have won. David would have took down Goliath. So where are you going, Big Wall, this video? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the power in believing you can do the impossible. No matter how bad Auburn has played all year, just last week, they lost to a team that's on the level of South Alabama or one of them little like Division II teams. Auburn lost to them. Auburn paid them $1.8 million to come play them because they figured that was a guaranteed win. They just needed somebody on their schedule, so they paid them a smaller team to come play. So they just beat up on them, right? Well, a team that Auburn paid to come let them beat up on them, they lost to. That's how awful Auburn is, right? Awful. And they almost beat Big Bad Alabama. Because against Alabama, no matter how good Alabama is, no matter what Alabama got going on, I don't care if Alabama got a team full of NFL players, Auburn still believes they can beat Alabama. That's what happened tonight, if you watch that game. Auburn played Alabama like that because no matter who else they lose to, they always believe they can beat Alabama. Whatever you believe you can do, you can do. No matter how impossible it seems. Even though on the scoreboard Auburn lost this game, Auburn won this game. Auburn beat Alabama all the way throughout this game. Auburn had Alabama's number throughout this game. If it wasn't for a last second, in my opinion, lucky play. And I'm an Alabama fan. We got lucky and pulled off that win. Auburn beat our ass. And we are a far superior team than Auburn. Don't get me wrong. But Auburn beat our ass tonight. Why? Because they believed they could. Not because they was good. Because they're not good. They'll lose next week. Not next week, the championship. They don't play them. Their season's over with. We in the SEC championship. That's how bad Auburn is. Their season's over. They might, they want to see the game, so they might get in the bowl game. But basically what I'm saying is Auburn sucks. And they almost beat one of the best. Well, they beat one of the best teams in the country tonight. They beat us. I admit, when I saw Auburn beat us tonight, we just won. We had more points than them. But as far as we got more bruises than they, we knocked them out. But they got us swole up. And just imagine a heavyweight fight, right? And the winner, he won at one last punch in the 15th, they don't do 15 rounds, but the last round of the fight. A heavyweight fight. The last round of the fight, the winner, the champion, knocked his contender out. He threw one last lucky punch to connect and knock him out. That's how he won the fight. But if he hadn't knocked the contender out, he would have lost. The heavyweight champion of the world would have lost to his contender if he hadn't knocked him out on one lucky punch in the last round. Because throughout the whole fight, the challenger was beating the champion's ass. As a matter of fact, the champion face swole all up, got both his eyes swole closed. His jaw swole, he broke his jaw. I'm talking about that challenger whooped the champion's ass. Beat his ass so where the champion just held his head down and just threw one Hail Mary punch and landed and knocked the challenger out. That's what happened tonight. Alabama threw one lucky Hail Mary punch, one haymaker, and knocked Auburn out at the last second, last round. Other than that, that fight was over. The champion would have lost to the contender. Or nobody. Auburn right now, Auburn may be good one day, but right now they are a nobody. Ain't nobody fearing Auburn. Everybody beat the hell out of Auburn. But when they come up against Alabama, the fact that they believe, the fact that you believe that you can do the impossible, I'm telling you, you got to believe that beyond a shadow of a doubt. No matter what nobody else saying, man, you can't do that, bro. You know what you're talking about doing? You talking about starting your own business, you ain't got no money? You talking about becoming a multi-millionaire, you broke right now? You can't do that. You talking about losing 40, 50 pounds and you ain't exercised in your life? You can't do that. You talking about going back to college and you 45. You talking about going back to get your degree. You got 2 kids and a husband or 2 kids and a wife, and you talking about going back and get your degree. You 50 years old. Don't nobody do that. You can't, man. You better go and just be happy with where you at. No, don't be happy with where you at. Cause Auburn Tiger football says, if you can believe you can do something, you can do it, no matter what nobody else says. Everybody said Alabama was gonna blow Auburn out. Everybody said, all the experts said Alabama was gonna blow Auburn out the water. By 50. Alabama lost. We won on the scoreboard, but we lost that game. We got our ass handed to us from a team that ain't nowhere near as good as us, but they believed it was. This thing up here on your shoulders is very powerful. Them games, if Auburn would have believed in themselves in them other games that they believed in themselves against Alabama like they do every year against Alabama, that's why it's always a close game. Every now and then we might beat the hell out of them, and they might beat the hell out of us every blue moon. But no matter how sorry Auburn is throughout the year, for some reason they get their belief up high enough against Alabama, where they give Alabama everything they can handle. Not that the players got in the better. They just sucked last week. They just lost to a sorry nobody last week. How they come out and I'm going to beat Alabama this week? 1 week later, what have they learned in a week's time to make them play that much better? They ain't learned shit. What happened was they believed they could beat Alabama. They didn't believe they could beat New Mexico State. It wasn't really no big deal. They didn't think about it. They probably already thought they had won that game just because of New Mexico State and, oh, we better than them. They ain't nobody. And New Mexico State beat their ass. But when they came out against Alabama, they thought, I don't care what Alabama record is. I don't care how big their players are, how big their offensive line is. I don't care about none of that. We're going to beat their ass. I know we are. I know from the depths of my soul, my mind, my spirit, everything say, we're going to beat Alabama today. And they damn sure did that. Yes, they lost on the scoreboard, but they won that game in my eyes. So, with that being said, anything, no matter how, dream big, dream impossible. Don't dream small. Don't dream that easy shit. Don't dream of the small goals, the small dream. Dream that big shit. That millionaire, billionaire shit. Dream big shit. And believe you can do that shit. Look like a fool to everybody. Let your dream be so big and the shit you say you gonna do be so big that people think you stupid. Make yourself look stupid to people by the way you dreaming. And the stuff you believe you can do, make it be so far out that people think you retarded. Don't believe on the small stuff. Believe on the big stuff. See, Auburn didn't believe on the small stuff like the team New Mexico State last week. They lost to them. They believed on the big stuff. When you believe on whatever you believe on, whatever level you believing on, is what your level you're going to achieve on. Whatever level you believing on is what level you will be achieving on. If you only believe that you can achieve small things, that's what you're going to achieve. You're going to always hit those goals because that's what you believe you can do. If you believe you can hit the impossible, that far out extravagant stuff, you believe you can do that shit, that's what you're going to do. You'll be better off at achieving large goals than you will be at small goals. Because you don't really believe in the small goals. You believe in big shit. You don't even focus on small stuff. That's how a good team lose against a sorry team. Because they don't even focus on the sorry team. They focus on the big, bad teams. That's who they play good against. Lesson I learned from Auburn, Alabama tonight. Dream big, believe even bigger, and you will achieve greatness. I promise you. I just witnessed that tonight. If you saw that game, you know what I'm talking about. Them boys believed that they can beat Alabama, and they did that. They were the better team tonight. They're not the better team throughout the season. They're not the better team overall. But tonight, because of their belief, they were the better team tonight. You can become the better team in your lifetime according to what you believe. With that being said, roll tide.